folks, check it out. This is going to be kind of a dual ASMR / review video. So if you don't like ASMR, you might want to skip the first part of the video, but this is essentially a Fidgets from a friend where Nicole and her husband Keith have sent along their lucky ballad to be fixed. They took it apart. They haven't been able to get it right since. I'm going to kind of mess around with it. I haven't opened it up yet, so I don't have a perfect view on it and what's wrong. But I'm going to do this, and I'm not going to talk because I'm just going to take it apart like I normally would where I'm sitting by myself. And then I'm going to review a couple of the other items that she sent along for review as just kind of like a thank you for fixing this for them. So without further ado, ASMR time, followed by some little mini reviews. All right. All right, so as you can tell, the Lucky Ballad is now back together. Now it's got some little more metallic sound to it now, just because I added some steel balls in there as well for a more pronounced click. And then one of the things I ran into that I noticed kind of made it hard for this to go back together or feel right was you really want to use 2 Teflon or silicone nitride balls in that top track to keep it from overextending. I didn't do that in the video, but I took it apart again in between. Either way, she's pretty and like brand new. So we're going to set that off to the side now. Now that the ASMR portion is complete. Little ultrasonic cleaner in there as well. And if you saw, I added this pure acetone, just a little shot of it to get things kind of ultra clean. Maybe that works, maybe it doesn't. I don't know, I do it. But okay, let's take a look. First, let's start up with this piece right here. So this was one of Clown Orange's first pieces that I ever saw, and I always dismissed it. It is a possibly titanium. Yeah, this is a titanium shell. See, it says Clown Orange there. And it's just a simple track slider. You can see it's had some love over time, and some of that kind of buildup that you get from that steel on titanium, and you get some of that little black dust. But I always dismiss this, just kind of thinking, yeah, it's a standard track slider that I'm really not going to find much enjoyment in. But this is a snappy little guy, and it's smaller than the Clown Orange Ox, which I thought they were going to be the same size, but this is definitely different. I'd say at least a fourth smaller, maybe more. And this is a lot of fun. Just a tiny little cracker. So simple design again. I mean, you can see it's just like a little sandwich, and only 2 click up, 2 click back down, or I guess 4 if you're all the way extended. I passed this up for a long time, really, like since I've been in the game, and kind of disappointed I did. I think this is a really good piece. Anyway, I don't know how much else to say about that, but interesting. That was just kind of a surprise. The next one is the Joker coin from ACEDC. This was a special edition one that came with, as you can see there, it's like a playing card motif. You've got the Joker guy in the front. I did notice his nose is not pressing down anymore, so they might have a busted button under there, and I see there are some extra buttons, so who cares how long this video is? Let's just go for it. Oh yeah, okay, well they've got 2 buttons under there. Maybe that's part of the problem. Are these? That one's dead. Dead. So let's take one of these out. We'll send these back. This is like camping. You always want to leave it nicer than when you found it. I don't want to send these things back to Nicole and Keith and have them wondering what the hell happened over here. Let's try that. Oh yeah. Whoops. All right. Pop that in there. These are fairly simple. This was the noise coin, and it was an update to the AC EDC milk cap, where they added kind of this haptic button piece to it. And I really like it. I did not get the Joker one, so this is Zerk. That still doesn't press down very well, does it? Well, it's a curious one. I don't want to spend too much time thinking around, but I will put these other ones back in there. Not mine to throw away, but I'd say you're not going to find much use for them elsewhere. Screw that back on. Got a little hair there. You can get this really good kind of very rapid click from offsetting the balls in there just a little bit. So that's pretty cool. This was the only one that came with this red ball in there, so that you could spin, click, even though it doesn't click, and that was meant to be like a clown nose. So very cool. Got the Quaver. I cannot remember what. This looks like Quaver M2. I can't remember what the brand was, but these are kind of an interesting one. It never really, I think it's very cool, the material that he's using, things like that. He or she, I'm not sure who makes it. And this is a very satisfying, like perfect, maybe for your fingers, not so much your thumb. Very reminiscent of the little paper, whatchamacallits that we used to make. And you'd do it 5 times, open it up. Somebody's going to date you, somebody's not going to date you. I don't know what the hell it was. But there's no like resting position for these, which is kind of my biggest problem with it. Like, number one, I don't totally know how to use it one-handed. And so part of this is user error, because, you know, we dislike things we don't understand. That's very an important lesson right now in the world. But, you know, I couldn't find like a resting position. If they all maybe snapped together or stacked or something like that, so that, you know, it was a little more easily stored, I might be into it. But very, very curious piece. Quaver. This was one from Rage 3D, I believe, and it's almost an answer to the Fidget Boy Ski Boy. You can kind of see the similarities there. So Jason has the Ski Boy, which is kind of an interesting ergonomic piece with that spacing in the middle of the magnets there. Obviously, it looks like a pair of skis. And I'm not sure when they released this one. The magnets are very kind of delicate feeling. It's interesting. There needs to be almost a little kind of chamfering on the inside here, because as you turn it, your thumb tends to get caught right in that middle part. So that could do with a little, maybe like a little bit of a chamfering around the edge of that piece so they don't come together so perfectly. But beautiful piece. I like the patterning. Cool color. Yeah. And Ski Boy. So this is stainless steel composite. And then just a green PLA, I'm going to guess. I can never remember all the acronyms for them, but yeah. So that's Ski Boy, and you know, I'll have to find the name of this guy. Also the, I think this was the USB Boy. Kind of a satisfying little guy. I think there was something you were supposed to be able to do at the bottom. Maybe not. You know, this is pretty simple track, slider up and down. And Jason actually went and had metal ones of this made, which is pretty cool. You can take a look at a couple of those. There's like an aluminum anodized one. It was very cool. Just maybe a little less functional than I'd want it to be. But speaking of functionality, the Ergo Boy, this is a beautiful resin and 3D print piece. And this is my first time trying an Ergo Boy. It was one that I just hadn't had a chance to catch on a drop. And so I've kind of been waiting, and Nicole was nice enough to send it along. But he prints this resin and then hand sands each one of them. So this is, again, that stainless steel composite, and then this purple resin, and then he leaves this little spot for like a glow tube. I don't have any of those, but you can stick one in there or glue it in, and you get a little kind of glow piece with it too. But very cool. It's a great piece. Very good, nice, smooth feeling. I like that a lot. What else did she send? This guy, which is actually a lot cooler than I thought it was going to be. This is like a knuckle roller. So one of those things, which I've never been able to do. Don't judge me. But it's also a slider. It's kind of a great sounding slider too. I don't know about the color. I wonder if this was at one point all white, because it looks like it's got some dirt on the sides, but cool piece. This one, I don't know where it came from. I love the colors, but it's a very interesting kind of quiet slider. Obviously, you've got magnets in between those dots. Maybe at one point there was something to go through the hole. I don't know. Kind of neat. The one I did want to show. Hold on here. Well, I can't. Oh, you know what? I've got it in my. So I already asked her. I was like, I love this piece. Very reminiscent of the Mermaid Reborn from 42 Cosmo, which also had a Teflon slider insert. This thing was $12 on Amazon. If you have not experienced a slider and you want to know what it's like, or just get one in your hands to, you know, feel it or see if you'd like it or you like the sound, what better way than this? Little Teflon plates, a nice textured top. It's plastic. And then the magnets, it's a 2-click. So you've got 3 magnets by 2, so you can get 2 clicks out of it. And there's no extra spaces to make it 4-click or anything like, or 3-click like that. But this is great. I'm gonna have to throw a link in the description so that you guys can check that one out. But very cool little tiny piece. She also sent along the first knockoff breakthrough that she had purchased. I've seen a lot of people getting their experience with a breakthrough with the knockoffs from Amazon. And I gotta say, it's really not that bad. Is it as good as the original? No. How do I know? She sent that along too. So obviously this one was set up in that flare design, so it was a what's the word? 3 by 2 magnet design on one side, and then a 4 by 2 on the other side, so that it kind of glides. This one is set up same on both sides, so 4 by 2. But you can definitely tell the difference in the feel and the look. You know, you can kind of see that patterning on. Jesus Christ, I cannot speak tonight. See the pattern on the plates right there all the way around, right? Same size, but definitely the plates are not as nice as on the original breakthrough. And then I actually have the Ultim one that I bought, and it is so smooth. So I really think, yeah, if you're going to buy the breakthrough, you know, if you get the clone to try it out and like it, if you just like the entry-level clone experience, you're going to love the real thing experience. So definitely enjoy the breakthrough. I'm going to keep it on that little tag there so that she doesn't get them mixed up, even though this one's clearly knockoff. She also sent the O1EDC little Ultim magnetic. This is called the, well, you know, I'll put the name right there. This thing's pretty good. It was the follow-up to the little this is terrible tonight. I'm having such a hard time remembering the names. That thing. And there's the picture. It was the pop, maybe. I'm getting that mixed up, I think. But this thing's good. It's pretty snappy. I wish there was a little more travel. But it is kind of nice because you can do the little USB. I had this one in stainless steel and Zerk. I think I like the metal ones better. But this is good. You definitely get that snappiness out of it, out of the Ultim. And then these are, looks like some Cladis things, I guess. he's released a lot of stuff recently. I'm not as sold on that guy as I am on this guy, although it seems like all the magnet strengths are a little bit different. And then this one's like the budget Skelly Verk. Maybe. Or is this a Skelly something different? I don't know. Not bad. Not bad. All right. What else? Oh, yeah. The Derby sets from Jeremy Campbell, Impulse EDCs. The one thing about the Derbies, each one, and he knows this, we've talked about it, has a different magnet strength. So he tried to do kind of like a thinner version, and you know, I got one, but the magnets are far weaker than they are on this one. So he said that he was having trouble getting a good finish on the plates without exposing too much of the magnets. You can see a little bit of them peeking through, which means they're right on the other side of this filament, just barely behind that filament line. And so the magnet strength is a little stronger here. So my guess is that to try to make the plate smooth, instead of having this pattern, he had to add a little more filament and therefore a little weaker. So he has recently built the Derby, he said, from the ground up in a new program. He was using Tinkercad, or was it, I think it was Tinkercad, and has kind of broken the code, it sounds like. This one's really good. I don't know if this is some kind of infused. It feels infused, but I can't figure out what metal that would be. It's just brown. And then this piece was the kind of in between that he released. So it makes it a 3-stack. Little sandwich. And I think it's actually really good. You just kind of have to find the right piece. So if you've bought a Derby in the past and you get it and maybe the magnets are the right strength, this little sandwich piece is pretty nice. I have a couple that are almost pretty hard to push because their magnet strength is pretty strong. But then he did send me this. So he's been toying with the larger size, and this one really feels dialed in. I love the weight of this one. I think it's maybe copper infused or brass infused. I don't know. I can't ever remember. But this feels really nice. I did tell him that it's that chamfering around the edge, because it's so sharp that your thumb and fingers kind of want to get caught there. So as you're trying to kind of flip it around, you're kind of met with that resistance of that piece. So if it had that chamfering, this could really be a great piece. And I've taken a couple of his pieces that he sent me and taken my Dremel and just dremeled that chamfer on there and smoothed it out, and it's made a world of difference. So I will most likely do that with this piece as well, to kind of get it in a full working order. And then again, she sent me so much stuff, it's awesome. FidgetDuckEDC. So this is a guy, he's been pretty present on my channel, kind of interacting, especially during the lives. So shout out to Cal. But he's got his own fidgets that he makes. They all come in these really cool little containers. And they're really good. I'd say the magnets are definitely dialed in. He's got a good beat on the feel of the magnets and the crunch, right? It's pretty cool. So he takes resin and different glitters and some like glow in the dark UV reactive elements, and makes his own resin pours. I don't know if anybody can help. Maybe if you know or you have experience with this, shout it out in the comments to Cal. So he's doing these resin pours by hand, and you can see he's getting some uneven lines around the edge. So it's got a smoothness on top, but kind of it's not rough, but just uneven lining around the sides. And I really think that if he was able to kind of get that cleaned up, that would really make these things sing. And I'm actually going to jump in here to Fidgets from a friend from Cal. So we're going to check out some of the things that he sent me. Just kind of happenstance that I was sent this by Nicole, and I'm going to check out some of his stuff. So clean some of this up, and then we'll come right back and look at some Fidget Duck pieces. All right. And shout out to Nicole and Keith for sending this along. It took me probably about 15 minutes to figure out how to open it up. This is just kind of a cool little knife. They just kind of said, thanks for fixing the Lucky Ballad. This is easily going to get me cut, I can guarantee it, but it'll be worth it. It's very cool. Very cool knife. Appreciate that, guys. So let's take a look at some things that Cal has sent me here. So cool of him to share these, and these will be part of kind of a giveaway that we'll do. I might do some during the live. So first, this Fidget Duck tray, which is super cool. So he's really he's going all out. I mean, this eye is UV reactive. So if I were to shine a light on it, you can see that it will glow. You can't tell from here. But super cool. Cool to have like a little tray I can put some stuff on when I'm going to the couch. Very awesome. Then he's got a different little case for each of these depending on the fidget that it is. Let's take a look at some of these. And also super cool, he sent along some 3D prints that he'd done for my kids. They've already taken them out to their room, put some of those articulating dragons and stuff like that. So shout out to Cal, it was super cool. The kids loved them. So let's see, this first one, it's got a little Q on top, and the case always kind of matches the slider. Again, I think he's got these magnets dialed in. You can see that custom resin pour. So he's kind of thinking up these different themes And then the middle usually always has, I guess not always, but kind of a grip spot as well, which is handy. Sometimes I could see the resin being maybe slick. This one is a hybrid setup, the non-crunchy version, it says. He sent me just a gorgeous breakdown in Word on what each one is. So shout out, Cal. You don't know how much I appreciate that, man. I mean, these are... Oop. They move great. Let's see. Let's look at it compared to another slider here. See, it's just a little thicker than the Magnus Verk, maybe at its highest point. About the same height there. And lengthwise, just a wee bit taller. Cool. All right. Craftsmanship. I love it. All right, let's look at the red and black duck box. So he says this is the slightly modified version of his gear slider. Is that right? You know what? I apologize, Cal. The kids were so excited about these that some of these might have gotten mixed up, because I think the gear slider had a gear in it. 4 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. Yeah, so this one is in the right box. It says this one has closer magnets, so you can get 4 clicks, right? Over the usual 3. And you could feel it is a little larger. Now, if I were to put it up against that original one, slightly taller, but this one has a little bit of crunch to it. Very interesting resin pores. Feels nice. He says, be careful doing the around the world move. Doesn't work as well. He's got some stickers, a lot of stickers. I love somebody that's willing to put in for the branding. I'm gonna guess he has like a sticker printer. That's really cool. All right, let's check out the next one. How about this ice blue one? Ooh, that one moves really nice. I think. I can't find this one on the paper there, but that one moves really well. So again, yeah, like I talked about, if anybody has any ideas on getting that resin pour really evened out, because that would really make these things shine, I think. I think the magnet spacing and the sizing and stuff like that is really the hardest part. Obviously, he's putting a more artistic touch, so that might not be accurate. These resin pours are probably pretty time consuming, but yeah, if he had an exact process for that, that would be awesome. This one is the gear slider. So a little gray box, little gray gear. Oh, and that one's got some good crunch. Wow. He says this one's in the gray box with the badly painted top. Oops. So this is a large 4-click again, so it's not really going to do around the world too well. But you get that kind of like rapid click with this. Just a large 4-click, which is pretty cool, and it still functions really nicely, even if you can't do around the world. Big deal. That really feels good. Let's see here. Some of these are a little tricky to put back. Uh-oh. There we go. And what about this little gray box? Ooh. That one's giving me like St. Patty's Day vibes or something. So this is a gray box. Black tin. Oh, that's not black tin. Silver gray box. This is his original slider design with dual magnet strength. That is really... That's really good. Cal is out of Canada. Cal, the lucky guy being there right now. Tell you what, this one, favorite so far. He sent this guy along. I don't know that he put a... Oh, this is the fidget board, the demo version. Cool. These remind me of like little butter pads and then corn. And then it's got these two fidget buttons kind of in place. Cool. And then kind of like a bigger piece if you just wanted that up and down. Yeah. That's cool. Cool prototype. Dig that. Wouldn't be Fidgetduck without a duck. This thing, I didn't know what to think at first. But I really kind of like it. This one is, what did he call it? Worry bone. This one's got some UV properties, but so he is putting wood and all these different resin pours on top of each other, and then kind of sculpting it into the shape of a bone. So you could sit and kind of play with it like that. I was kind of, whoops. Hard to do under the camera, just kind of flipping it around the other day, and it is really kind of satisfying. Just in a very different way than I'm used to, but there's something there for sure. Very interesting. Very interesting piece. His style is very handcrafted, and I'll show you kind of the piece that demonstrates that the most in a minute after these right here. Look at that. Sending some little ducks along. Ooh, 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 that guy's good. Look at that. That does around the world with zero problem. Whoops, sorry ducks. That's got a really interesting crunch. These plates are really just, I wanted to say strange, but I don't want to say strange. Unique, for sure. I've never seen a pattern like that. And it works. It's got this kind of soft crunch to it. So that's very cool. Toss those guys in there. And then this is the other piece that he was showing me, how he hand makes these wooden sliders. I'm not sure if that's a duck or what, but the process for making these is interesting. And this is nice. I mean, it's something I haven't experienced before. I mean, I haven't really had a wood slider as it is, but it just looks so unique. And what he does is he takes thin wood sheets and you know what, check out his YouTube channel, because he's got it on there, and I'll link that in the description. But he's got a whole video on how he makes these. I won't narrate the entire thing, but it's very interesting. And I really like that. So cool. Cal, thank you for sending this stuff and letting me try this out. Oh, I forgot to show a couple of this. Ducking around. Just a ton of cool stickers that he sent. I love it. And then a really cool tray in gorgeous colors, obviously purple and blue. I love it. So some of this stuff will be part of the giveaway. You guys will get a chance to try out some FidgetDuck stuff. This is really, really cool. I like this guy too. Just sent a fat gator with. That's just like samplings of all the different little things that that he's made. But very cool, very cool. All right. Fidgets from friends. Nicole, Keith, thank you guys. I hope the Lucky Ballot is up to your standards now. And shout out to Cal for all the beautiful sliders that he's got on his Etsy shop. If you go check out FidgetDuck, and I'll link that in the description as well. All right, guys, have a good one.